Drunk?
Good for him.
I don't know, probably around middle school, high school.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, so
Woo! Jesus!
yeah,
I might not like my answer, but go ahead.
Woo!
yeah, man. So he's just going how you talk, he's going about, how his parents, his background and everything, and and that's how he feels and everything. Which I thought this was very
Woo!
interesting, very intriguing. And I feel like it's gonna be a topic. And hopefully, some people could come up and talk about this as well. So let's go with you, Ronnie. 'Cause I know if people ain't gonna like like you're saying. Well, you go
Jesus!
first, sir. What's your take?
I agree with him. I think it's a woman's job to raise a child early, and the man's supposed to wait until the kid is a certain age, then he gets involved. Because women are the first teacher of the earth. I'm just sorry. I totally agree with it. Because women are there to pretty much nurse the child. Because remember, they need the breast milk. They need a lot of the woman's attention more than the man do. Yeah, we're there to change the pampers here and there, but it's mostly the woman's responsibility to take care of the child. Now I come in when the child's around like what 10 years, like 7 to 10 years old, then I want to come in with my leadership role and still the child their responsibility. Now other coaches do it. I know Sapphire race may not like my answer, but if you look at other races, they do that. They wait till the child is like of 7 years old, then they'll take the child, school the child, wherever they want to school the child, and the child will not depart from wherever knowledge they have given them. So I think the mother is needs to be with that child every single day. That's why a man got to work hard, make sure he got enough resources so she can stay her behind home while he go out there and work. So, but that's just my personal belief. I think I do agree with it. Don't get me wrong. I know the women may not like me, but it is what it is. Regardless, for say what's going on with Hakeem, I don't know. I think he's sweating. But go ahead, Hakeem. Yo, info.
Woo! Um, you know, I'm I'm gonna have to disagree, and to say that because um a father being hands on early on is important. We're talking about the baby's no different than an AI. They pick up on things, they learn, and I think children are able to differentiate things when you have two different type of people. That for me, um, certain things I learned as a man, I learned as a kid. Cut the yard, how to interact with men, how to talk to men, how to visualize some things. If my dad wasn't here from the beginning on that, I'll probably be a very emotional person. Um,
At what age?
at what age? Man, I can't remember. He's been here every day, even when he was spanking
No,
my
but at
ass.
what age? At what age he taught you to cut the yard?
Man, at one, man, he was out there when I used to walk out there and hold the
No, but
lawnmower.
you saw him, but
I
at
s-
what age
I
did?
said,
Well, at what age he taught? Like he literally come to me, and I'm gonna teach you how to cut the yard. Now
I'm
I
not
know
saying
1 years old.
when I say he taught me because I'm visualizing this. Kids are databases. So when I see this, as I get older, remember Holden, he's like this. So even learning how to fix cars, I used to go out there and see him hit that wrench, and put a little oil on my face. You know what I mean? And he even taught me how to buy. He even when we go to the store, you know how when you bring the little kid, he goes to the top of the top of the counter and put the money down. My dad did that. He said, "Hey, go put the money on the table. Hey, don't forget your change." I was a kid learning this.
Okay. No, but the only reason why I say that because most of the time when the kids cry, the first person they cry to, they never cry to the daddy, they cry to the mama.
That's
That's a
not
fact.
always. That's not always. Depending on that's not. Oh,
What?
listen. I'm telling you, depending on what the dynamics is. Some kids feel more comfortable. Listen, like we know little girls are attracted to masculine energy. So if
when
there's
they
a
get a,
man,
when they get a
You got
certain
that
age, when they get a certain age, when they get a certain age, that's when they try to the masculine. But in the beginning stage, they crying to mama. They're not
I
crying to daddy.
I
They're not
see
crying to
I see
daddy.
a lot of girls run to their fathers. I see a lot of girls run to even at kids. It's something about men with these little girls and the way that they're richer. It's important for them to be every step of the way. Even as the umbilical cord cut, when the child look up in the eyes, if they see two faces, they're able to recognize. So
No, the
that's
first
my
thing when
point.
they no, when the lady come out of the room, they don't give it to the father and mama. They give it to the woman. The first thing they do, they
That
give it
is
to the
true.
woman. That's what I'm saying. That's the first person they will see on this earth is the woman. The father, don't get me wrong, no disrespect to the father. I'm gonna be a father someday. But the first thing the daughter
Amen.
do, because it's programmed, is to give the child to the woman. That's the first thing they do. They don't give it to the father. That would say they just don't. Especially in America custom. The father is the last person they get the child to. But go ahead, Jordan. I just had to kind of take your point because
Hey,
I know there's some people that's gonna be. I'm trying to get people fired up.
I
All right,
gotta
my
grease
daughter
my
fired
face
up.
up.
Y'all can get my daughter in the back. She fired up right now. I'm about to feed her in a minute, but I'm gonna start with me going back to my background, and I'm going being a father as well. So me, I'll just say this. I didn't met my father when I was 12, 13 and everything, but I did have a stepdad who kind of grew me and everything with all that type of things. And personally for me, how my life kind of shifted and everything, luckily I had, my stepfather when he died when I was 14 and everything, but he was there with the with the motor skills and everything, if I need anything, teach me all the type of stuff as well. My brother, his daddy was there, kind of fully in a way when he was the baby and everything. So I would say this: it just really depends how the child is with their parent and everything. Especially like boys are really attracted to their moms, and daughters they're really attracted to their fathers and everything. And when it comes to like in the two-parent household, you can pick and choose and everything. So what Ronnie's kind of saying, I can agree maybe 40%. But the 60%, I just can't disagree. I gotta disagree, and I'm just going by the daddy and daughter part. Now I'll just say this: when my daughter was born, I did cut her umbilical cord and everything. It was beautiful, and at the time, my wife she couldn't produce breast milk, so I had to, we had to feed her formula. So when first time I fed her formula, I was like Nina, and she was like, huh? And when she stopped doing this, and she just looked, you couldn't see looking like this. I'm like, okay. I know she's gonna be a daddy's girl and everything, and she still is to this day. I feel like change the baby, change the baby, feed the baby like that's everybody's responsibility to do. Change, feed, put to sleep, and everything. But I realized, like reading to my daughter because pediatricians they recommend reading to your child. They really recommend reading to your child while she's in the womb and everything. And I've been doing that too, and continue to do that. And I feel like me reading to him more, it's as I can see the bond that I have with my daughter, how she appreciates me, and then I like where we go out and everything. For instance, like we went to Tennessee a couple weeks ago, and I bring around the family. She was looking for me. When I was passing the family, she was looking for me. It's like, where you at, Daddy? She's looking at me, looking at me, looking at me, looking at me, and everything. So I feel like a father if you're really, I feel like a father, especially if you have a daughter. I know. Okay, Nina. All right. I feel like as a daughter, I mean as a daddy's girl and everything, I feel like I think it does help a lot when you with a newborn toddler to be there, not just but like reading, take it to the park, taking around and everything, spend that body and everything, because you can really tell that sometimes with my daughter is like, the first thing if she see my face or my mom's face, she gonna look at me first. I'm just speaking for my daddy daughter. Hopefully with a son, it might be different. I don't have experience on that, with a son and everything. But yeah, I feel like you can be there, doing little things, read, talk to her and everything. But once the motor skill starts to build, that's when a father needs to jump in and everything for the discipline and everything. So Ronnie does have a smart. I'm looking at how Ronnie's point, how he's saying he does have a point when it comes to when the baby has motor skills, start talking, move things around. That's when the dad should really jump in.
Exactly.
Get what
There
you
you
do and
go.
everything.
You
So
got it.
I guess, like I said, because during like she looking at me during like the newborn stage or with a year and everything,
It's a woman's responsibility.
woman's
Like
gonna
right now, the
the woman
newborn is a woman's responsibility.
the woman is gonna, like I said, she's feeding the baby, with breast milk and everything. When it comes to breastfeeding time, she's like I said, it's right now we spend 50-50 with our daughter and everything. We kind of splitting in the West, but it's usually the children's gonna spend more time with the mother because she's the feeder and everything,
There
and
you go.
the learner and
That's
everything.
what I'm trying to tell Hakeem.
Not
Exactly.
and how can not to say a man can do it too. A man can definitely do it, especially
Yeah.
carrying the responsibility.
Or we cannot. Man cannot do that.
But
I'm sorry.
listen,
You cannot
let me make this
breastfeed
point.
these children. Go ahead.
I know what you meant by that because I know you're going to be there every step of the way because I know you never said run it, but I was just saying that to add to the point, I just think it's highly important that even with the emotional part of kids, the father adds another touch to it that the woman is providing. You know what I mean? Both parties is well needed to build a functioning adult from the beginning, even when she's in the womb, to when they're an adult.
I want to say this. I want to add this too. It is important to the father to be there for this reason: the stability of the stability of the family. Meaning, it's like, even though my wife is there, like maybe, it's like I said, we spare 50-50 of responsibilities, but when she's 50%, she's feeding her and everything. It's important to establish that both parents get rest. When both parents get rest, you can be energized and fully be a parent, and also have a plan. When you don't have a plan in a household, you can struggle and everything, and it could start arguments. It could start tension, and you can combat and everything, and babies can see that. And that's why I want to kind of say, in a man's role, it is important to do these, like, do duties of being there, of changing the baby if the wife's tired and everything, breastfeeding, because like I said, being a mother is tough.